God damn it. What
are you doing, bro? Today's video sponsor is Huel, and they're offering 15% off with my code NORCAL15 or with the QR code you see on screen right now. But more on them in just a little bit. Wild last couple laps of this race. If we go back and look at this in slow motion. I mean, we can, with the 360 camera, it's cool because we can look at different angles. And it doesn't really matter how you look at it. I mean, dude just forgot to turn. I don't think he did it on purpose, obviously, but I think he just got spooked. And some people, when they're not used to being in this position, they stiffen up. They make kind of wild last-minute decisions that put themselves and others in jeopardy. But anyway, how did we get here? This is the last 2 kilometers of the race. This is the Dash for Cash. Second race of the day for me. You guys remember I already posted the 35-plus race. Now this is the P12 race. This happened a couple hours after the 35-plus race. And speaking of this being the second race of the day, you know, the 35-plus race was like 2 hours before this. I needed fuel. I needed sustenance. I needed a meal. I didn't want to go get like a monster turkey sub and have that stitch in my side in the P12 race. That slows you down. But I needed food. So I reached for today's video sponsor, Huel, which is a complete meal in a bottle. This is the black edition. I went with iced coffee because it has 95 milligrams of caffeine. It's easy to digest. I had it on ice, ready to go, right after the 35-plus race. These things are absolutely perfect when you're on the go, especially for days like today. They contain all the nutrients the human body needs, including the right amount of protein, essential fats, carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. It's part of a balanced diet. So, again, you can save 15% off by using code NORCAL15 or just use the QR code you see on screen. Thanks again to Huel for sponsoring this video. Now back to the race. The way Dash for Cash works, often referred to as Dash for Crash, more on that in a little bit. The way it works is each lap, which takes about 2 minutes, I want to say, each lap, the winner of that lap gets $10. So there's something like 30 laps in this race, so $300 on offer for the winner of each lap. Now, what's interesting about that is the dynamic changes because you have people who are out there not really focusing on winning the race at the end, the final lap. They're just focused on gathering as many sprint laps as possible and spending a bunch of their energy that way. And then also you have people who are doing the opposite. They're thinking about the end of the race. They're sitting in, saving energy. So you get this interesting dynamic that doesn't occur in other races. So I'm on Volley Factory Racing. That's VFR. You can see some teammates here. I think there were 5 or 6 of us in this race. I have a little bit of fatigue in the legs. My role on the team was to sit back and wait for the field sprint, save as much energy as possible. Then I had a bunch of other teammates kind of doing the opposite, going for sprint points and also going for breakaways and being a little bit more aggressive on the pointy end of this race. But I can't help myself. So if we rewind a little bit back earlier on in this race, here I am positioned really well for $10. And when I'm fourth wheel with a couple hundred meters to go from the finish line, like I can't really help myself. I have to go for a sprint point. And this one just worked out beautifully. We have a left to right crosswind. I'm sheltered here. And this guy goes for it pretty early. And I maximize the amount of time in his draft. And I just have to spike up to real proper 1400 sprint numbers for like 2 or 3 seconds. Make the $10 and then quickly come back down so my heart rate isn't too elevated. Don't go too much into the red. Which is easy to do because it was like 100 degrees out today, whatever that is in Celsius, 38, something like that, 38 degrees. It was hot, and with this freshly paved black asphalt, this is an easy course to sit in, but it becomes really hard when you're at the front doing work, and it's really easy to blow up with the heat. So I wanted to be extra aware that my role as a sprinter for the end of this race isn't compromised by me, spending some energy here and there for $10. So we fast forward a little bit, and it's more of the same. 27 kilometers left in this race. I'm not positioned great right here, but I'm able to move up because these other riders are kind of slowing down. Really good draft in the headwind, and I'm not doing crazy numbers here. I just moved up like, I don't know, what was that, 15 wheels, 20 wheels? Now suddenly I'm positioned pretty well for another $10, and yeah, if things fall into my favor here in the next 2 or 3 seconds, I think I'll go for it. Again, sheltered side of the road. I'm carrying like 2 extra miles an hour, so I'm making a line towards the gutter, and then I just kind of sit there in the gutter. And once I realize I have it, my power comes down. You see, I'm not doing 1,400 watts anymore. In fact, I didn't even have to break 1,000 right there, I don't think. And cashed in another $10 without having to go too crazy with the power.
Up, Blake, up.
I think this is just like 3 laps later. I'm yelling at my teammate Blake, up, and man, he snaps into action. What a stud. Just like the 35 race, in case you guys missed it. He had an excellent lead out. And yeah, I just, again, positioned really well. Got a decent draft from my teammate, got me into position. Now I'm going to favor the right-hand side of the road, so the riders behind me are not benefiting from my draft. And I had to dump a little bit more power here to make sure I got it, but not doing an all-out effort here. Enough to make sure I secure the $10 preem, and then right on back down to 150 watts, 200 watts, clearing the lactic acid from my legs. But as I look back, I'm like, ooh, like we have a little bit of a gap, and also Ryan's there from Cycle Sport Specialized, big threat in this race. I can't let him get away, so I was like, uh-oh. This is when it's nice that I didn't go all in on that sprint. I held a little bit back because now I'm able to get back on terms with these 2 riders. In fact, it's 3 riders. It makes 4 of us, and this is like a really good composition. And I'm saying I need a minute. I think most people. This is Devin. Devin, thank you for understanding my predicament that I want to be in this group, but I just need one more second because I'm the one who let out things in this sprint. And heart rate's pretty spiked at 177. So thanks for hopping back in. And yeah, this is a good group of 4. And I was thinking like, wow, all of a sudden, maybe I'm riding a breakaway. I'm at least representing my team in this breakaway. And it's got all the teams. It's got Cycle Sport Specialized. It's got Mike Spikes. It's got Devin, who's a Mike Spikes development rider. It is missing Tayroon Elite, the riders in the pink jerseys, and a handful of other teams represented in this race. So it doesn't have like the perfect combination, but it's definitely something that is worth following. And now, like, Devin goes for the next $10 premium. You see how quickly these come, you guys. And I had no interest in following that. I did not want to. I would have punched my ticket had I followed Devin right there, and potentially not even gotten it. What you want on these preem laps is each time you commit to winning the $10, you really want to win the $10. What you don't want is to get second, because then you've committed the energy and don't win the prize. So, yeah, I was 3 for 3. I like my chances not going with Devin that time. It looked like he had it fair and square. But with that being said, this breakaway group is falling apart. We are caught by the peloton, so let's fast forward a little bit. And that brings us right to the end of this race, actually. This moment right here is going to look familiar because this is what I showed in the very beginning. This is that rider.
What are you doing, bro?
Pushing into me. Causing a little disturbance here. Now I'm up over 1,000 watts. A little shot of adrenaline. Also, we're 2Ks to go. Like, I do not need to be losing wheels at this moment in the race. 1 corner later, we have Dive Bomber City into this corner, and everyone just stacks it up. Bam. I don't know how 10 riders went down right there. And took the inside line. This is why the outside line can be dangerous sometimes, because crashes propagate outside, right? Inside is generally safer from crashes. Higher risk, but safer from crashes. So here we are now. I'm trying to get back on terms. I'm up over 400 watts, just trying to get back into the draft here. Pretty big effort. But now it's like, I think there's 1 or 2 riders behind me. Big selection because of that crash. And really the head of the snake was chopped off. So you have a lot of leadouts that were organizing. Tayroon had like 5 or 6 riders. And I know that Mike Spikes had 5 or 6 riders. And my teammates did such good work bringing back the breakaway. And oh my God, another crash. Just solo crash, overlap wheels. What on earth is going on? So now we're coming through 1 to go in just a second. Race is going to be over soon. I have no more teammates because they did an amazing job bringing back the mid-race breakaway, which was comprised of 1 Tayroon rider and 1 Mike Spikes rider. So it's down to me and only me, and I'm kind of regretting those $10 preems at this point, guys. I'm also regretting racing the 35s earlier in the day, but this is where we're at. Legs are feeling really good. I'm having a good day. If you guys missed the 35-plus race, go check that out. But I do not want to be stuck behind this rider in the green. He is pedaling squares, as they say, and he's leaving this gap open. So
Yeah.
I'm letting him home on the inside. It's always nice to be verbal like that so there's no confusion. No more crashes. We've already had 2 and 1 near miss. So here we are, 700 meters to go. And now something really strange happens right here. Let's see if we can take a peek. We're going fast, by the way. 34 miles an hour, and we're going into like a crosswind. about to hit a headwind. And this is the strange thing that's going on. If we take a peek up the road, we have gaps forming. We're going to get a visual in just a second. Now, this is going to be really consequential a little bit further down the road. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I am a little bit further back than I need to be right now. I didn't think that there were going to be gaps opening up. And yeah, here we go. I'm going to pause it right here. 334 meters to go. Pretty big gap. And what's happened is the two Mike Spikes riders, instead of committing to the lead out, what's happened is Iman Lucas, my former teammate, I used to be on Mike Spikes, right? He's up the road leading it out, but his teammate Alex has dropped the wheel in front. I think the idea is he's going to let his teammate Iman go for the win. But Iman is unintentionally leading out the wrong rider. So Alex dropped the wheel. I don't know if Iman is aware of what's happened. That's my interpretation of what's going on anyway. And what it's caused is this big gap. And as we unpause it, this is hurting the chances of us behind because we have Ryan trying to close it down, Alex in his wheel. Now I open up the sprint, trying to kind of get the best of the rest, and oh my God.
What is going on with
All right, pardon the language, but if we go look at that again, the reason this one was really scary is we actually hit shoes. I think we hit shoes. At first I thought my shoe hit his spokes because of this big cut, this big gash in my shoe. But what's cool about the 360 footage is now I can take a closer look and I can realize, oh, we actually hit pedals. I knew I hit something really hard. And even though the other near miss looked a lot more consequential and a lot gnarlier, we were just kind of bumping head and shoulders and body parts. When you hit bike parts together, there's no give, right? These bikes are stiff, and that's why this one was terrifying. Plus, it's higher stakes, it's higher speed. And what the 360 footage also allows us to do is just take a look closer at the deviation. I mean, we happen to be riding over a straight center line here, and you can see, like, I'm just following this center line. Other guy is just like massive move to the right mid-sprint, which is clearly against the rules. The rules are very clear on this. It's been a big topic of conversation in World Tour racing. Once you open your sprint, you have to go in a straight line. It's very clear. This rider did not do that. So I kind of want to put him on notice because this is like very dangerous, aggressive, unpredictable riding. But here's the important thing, guys. This is atypical, right? I don't want new racers to be looking at this footage, looking at how these last lap and a half, 2 laps went, and be like, Jeff, I'm never getting into bike racing. This is insane. I want you guys to understand this is rare, atypical, and yes, crashes do sometimes happen. And this is a bit of a hot take, maybe a little controversial, but I would argue that if there was no risk of crashing, if you just somehow waved a magic wand and the risk of crashing is totally gone, the height of success wouldn't be as high. So there's this risk-reward balance. But clearly it doesn't happen this frequent in races. So don't be scared. Come out and race still, guys. It's still a beautiful sport. And this is very atypical. So anyway, all that being said, get off my soapbox. And I will say that I finished 7th in this race. I decided not to lodge any protest. The rider in the green did end up apologizing on Instagram. Said he didn't do it on purpose. And I don't think for a second he did it on purpose, but I think he was being a bit reckless. If this were for first, I probably would have filed a complaint because I have clear footage showing a violation of the rules. But in any event, glad I stayed upright. Glad that I am feeling pretty fit and healthy and looking strong for Tour of America's Dairyland, big national level race coming up. So get subscribed if you haven't already for that one, guys. By the time this video drops, it'll be just a few days away. Don't forget to check out video sponsor Huel, 15% off. Link in the description. Thanks for watching. As always, catch you guys in the next one.